Hello and welcome to another instructional video on the MiSTer FPGA system. Today we'll be looking at the Adventure Vision core. The Adventure Vision, as it says here, um, it was a little like tabletop thing, and the screen was a strip of 40 LEDs that reflected off a rapidly rotating mirror. In fact, um, the Virtual Boy has a similar effect on that, but there's no Virtual Boy core, and we're not talking about that today since there isn't one. But it bounces these LEDs off a mirror, and you get about 15 frames per second at 150 by 40 pixels. It's kind of interesting, and it looks like this. It's one of these things. You can see the line here, and what it does is, as it goes, it sweeps by, and it gives you your. So it's kind of like one. If it's up and down, so I guess it goes left and right according. This is my guess. Here's how it works, but it's kind of like the beam of a CRT if you were familiar with how those work. It's kind of resembles that. It just goes, sweeps across like that. Here's a little cartridge and things, and this is what it looks like. This is a rare system. I guess they made 10,000 of them, something like that. It's a neat little thing. So yeah, this is an obscure one today that maybe people haven't heard of, but I felt like doing this one today. So here's the main page, the official GitHub, the official MiSTer GitHub page for this core. And here's the button layout, and we'll take a look at that. This is the joystick JS. So it's joystick in the middle, and then these buttons are like this, depending on which player you are. So they're like reversed. It's a little weird playing. So what so the button has a weird layout. So you might want to reconfigure it to do it because it's kind of weird. I might even put up my thing to show you what the button layout is like. In fact, I'll probably do that when we get over to that side. So you're going to want to look for a package that has the games that came. There were only 4 games for it, and there are some homebrew games for it as well. There's about 4 or 5 of those. There's one that was released in physical format, and there's no ROM dumps of it. So for at this time, you cannot play it on your MiSTer unless you bought it yourself and dumped it yourself, I guess. But I don't have any instructions on that, so I can't help you there. But what you want to look for is the Hardware Target Game Database, HTGDB Gamepacks. If you look for that, then you should be able to find the Adventure Vision ones, or you could look for the homebrew ones, and they're homebrew, so they're freely available. And you can go find those. I guess I could put a link to one of those packs, so I might do that for the homebrew stuff. And you can download those and put them on your MiSTer. So let's try to do that. So let me load up WinSCP. Here's WinSCP. We're going to connect to the MiSTer. Host name is the IP address of it, which will vary depending on your network. So I'll show you when we get over to the MiSTer side how to see what that is to configure it up. I'm using WinSCP. I've got another video on WinSCP. If you're curious, you can look at that video, and that tells you a lot more about how to set it up. And presumably, if you have a different SFTP program that you're familiar with, then you'll be able to sort of translate the settings into your program, but other programs will work. So the username is root, and the default password is just the number 1. So let's log in, and we have Adventure. I put everything in here that we want. These are the homebrews, and these are the 4 games that came or were made for it. I'm going to upload it, and it's Media Fat Games A Vision, and that'll just take just a moment. Boom, done. So I'm just gonna mention, in case if you are enjoying this video, please like it, subscribe if you want to. If you don't want to, do the notification bell if you want to. This is just a reminder if you're interested in these cores and having instructions in a visual format for them. That's just a reminder if you want to do it. take a look at the playlist, whatever, whatever you like, whatever you're interested in. It's not, I'm not trying to sell me per se. It's just a reminder for you. Anyway, those are copied over. And let me fire up my thing here. So I'm going to pause just a second and switch over to the MiSTer. Okay, and now we're back on the MiSTer side. Thanks for waiting. That was a lot shorter for you than it was for me. I had some issues with my controller setup. Just did something dumb. Not that I have to explain it, but I feel like doing so. This is because this is a good learning point. So hopefully you'll catch this if you're interested in RetroSpy. Maybe I'll put a note on the RetroSpy video. But the RetroSpy is what I'm using to capture my input, and it's showing it there. See on the screen. So I had two controllers plugged in, and it was pointed at the wrong controller, and I was like, why is nothing working? And that's what it is. So double check your controller setup if you are using RetroSpy. So teachable moment there. Sorry, but not that you noticed anything at all, because I was not recording at the time. So let's go back and show how to connect, or how to see what your IP address is. So I hit back. I'm going to go over here to this page, and it's 192.168.0.105, or 192.168.0.105. That's what mine is. Whatever the IP is there for you, that's the one you want to put into your setup, into your WinSCP or whatever you use. It can vary sometimes. Usually it's the same for me in my system. Yours may vary or may change or something, so don't forget to double check it in case you're having problems connecting. But that's how you get to it. All right, so let's go back. We've got the games in. It's a console, Adventure Vision. So we're going to go into it. All right, I'm going to load a game, and I'll give a link to the homebrews because I can do that. That's fine. And you'll have to go search the other ones on your own. They're not hard to find though. So we got these. There's this like Pac-Man hack thingy. So let's try that one. I'm gonna hit the button here. Got a little music. All right. So here's our regular buttons. And those work. Oh, I don't know. This is like weird. I forget, the buttons don't do anything in Pac-Man. It's basically like Turtle. They just changed the yeah. Oh wait, no, there is a button that drops like a bomb in yeah. This is just Turtle where it's hacked with different images. Okay. So let's see. You can simulate the mirrors, which makes it really flickery. So warning, flickery. I'm gonna turn that off. Okay, it's off. Should have said that before, but this is just for comfort. It doesn't do flicker, but that's how it would have looked in real life. Let's see, custom palette. We can change the palette to green. I guess you could change it however you want. Yeah. So you put your palettes in there and load them up. So if you don't like the red, so that's that. This is just normal scan doubler stuff. So you can like small scale, normal. You can do the little CRT lines, which don't actually work on this one. Full screen, if you want to be like that. All right, let's load a different game. This Hello World just says Hello World. Nothing there. Here's a demo. So there's no buttons. So these are the homebrewy ones. I want to say that the buttons were weird, but I could be wrong. Presents Code Red. It's just a little demo. I did the end one. First demo ever for Adventure Vision. You know, like the demo scene thing. Made for revision 2013. It's, you know, been a while. Mega. It was kind of a short little demo. I seem to remember I watched the whole thing when it was on the loop one. Code Red. This demo uses our custom BIOS video mode. Oh, so this is yeah, MiSTer Blinky. So yeah, there's a little more to it than I remembered. Or maybe the loop one has less, I don't know. Or I stopped it, I thought it was further along. This gives a little, you know, background as to what was used and how it was made and all that fun stuff. This is actually kind of neat. Yeah, I don't know how long this is. I don't want to bore you if you're not interested in it. Not that I can tell if you are not, but I'm kind of done with that for a while. Because I want to play around with the buttons. Let's try this table tennis one. Oh yeah, I think I did load this one up. It's basically Pong. I'm player easy normal. And I think you use the buttons, and this is there. Yeah, see. And this is why so I could show you what buttons I'm pressing. Yeah. It's not the joystick in the middle. It's going to be the buttons, like as if two people are playing it. So that one, I remember this being tricky. Okay, so it's left and right, right? Yeah, okay. Here we go. See? I am playing one player, so the other one will be controllable. Yeah, that's the computer going. All right, so let's reload this. That's what I wanted to show you, because it's like, you know, it's the left and right buttons, but as you're looking at it, you're going up and down, and so it's a little confusing. Let's see. I can change this to player. Really normal. Let's see, what button do I hit there? That one to go. And let's see how the controls work here. Oh, all right. So it's just left and right on the left control. Or these buttons. Ah, let's see what the other buttons do. Ah, see? So it's these two buttons for this paddle, and these two buttons for this one. So see how it's a little weird, right? So you might want to redo the layout or something like that. But yeah, the controls are a little bit weird on it. So you could remap them if you want. Let's load. Which is it's probably weird just because it's tennis and it's designed for 2 people. And I showed you the picture earlier as to what it looked like. How now there's like 4 buttons on one side, 4 buttons on the other, and you know, so and then there's the joystick in the middle, so it's a little bit weird. So if you're gonna play 2 players at the same time, you know, it would be odd. Let's see, this is the homebrew directory, and we went through with the Hello World, Pac-Man, table tennis, demo. Um, let's do proper turtles. Turtles. So yeah, this video is probably gonna be a little bit longer than originally intended. Let's see, where am I? Yeah, I'm the turtle on the bottom, see? And then those are the guys that eat me. Let's see, I can see what's here. Alright, so I got a turtle, baby turtle, and then I go here, drop it there. And in the middle I can get more bombs. And then one of these buttons actually does the bombs. There. Oops. So this old game from like 81 or something like that. Oh no. And then, see, when I hit the button, it kind of controlled it to go like the other way. It was weird. There's a bomb. Got him. It's just a temporary thing. Oh no! That was nice. Nice. This is if I can get through one level, huh? I don't have any more bombs, I guess. There, I did it! So there. That's turtle. So it works. This is quite reasonable. Oh. Yeah, I forgot about the collision detections. You don't get time to get out there. So that's that. I mean, that's the system in a nutshell. There's only a few games for it. Maybe if you find those, I'll let you do those games on your own. There's Defender and what else was there? Let's just see what there was. Super Cobra, Defender. You know, those are pretty known games. And then Space Force, which is I think it's an asteroids, not asteroids. Space Invaders. type thing. So those are the games that it has. Kind of a neat little system. I think that's all I have for you on there. If you have any questions, comments, please leave them below. I'll have a link to the demo stuff, the homebrew stuff in the or whatever in the description, and some other notes and things like that will be in the description. So please take a look on that. If you have any questions, any particular systems you're interested, various questions about the system, whatever, go ahead and leave them in there. Or if any of this has been helpful for you, I always appreciate those. So I hope this has been helpful for you. And thank you for watching. And hopefully I'll see you again on another video. Take care.